It's time for the MMA-Holes!
From the contest studios of Arizona, we're live with the MMA-Holes.
Wonderful.
All right, welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? My name is Mystic Moss, the King of the Dragons. I'll be your host for the evening, and let's discuss the latest and greatest in combat sports topics, UFC, all that fun stuff. Alex Pereira in some hot water. We're going to play a video that's very, very controversial, an accusation that has been thrown his way, and we'll be the judges on whether he is innocent or guilty. We're also going to talk about Conor McGregor in a bizarre video that has been released after his bare knuckle appearance. He's hanging out, having a couple of brewskis with a little person trying to get his attention. Khabib Nurmagomedov's protege relative fought on Saturday night, and his name is Umar Nurmagomedov. He got an impressive win over Cory Sandhagen as well, and we'll be talking about the event that went down in Abu Dhabi. How's everyone doing? Make sure you hit the like button. I want to give a big shout out to my bookie. The promo code is MMAHOLES for a 10% match in your first deposit. Shout out to mybookie.ag and use the code to win big. 10% off Dubby, MMAHOLES. Go on over to Dubby's website, use the code, and get the discount. Also, thanks to everyone who gets the link through our ESPN link in the description. Go click on that if you're going to watch any of the UFC experiences, the fight nights, the pay-per-views, the contender series, all things UFC. Link in the description, and we get a little kickback. Okay, so yeah, our thumbnail was a lot different before we went live. And I saw, shout out to Awandi, who slipped into the DMs because I had no idea about this story. And then I started digging right before we went live, and I was like, whoa, okay, all right, there's some accusations on Alex Pereira. Before we get to that, let's talk about Umar Nurmagomedov. We will talk about the Alex Pereira thing because it's pretty intense. But before we get there, check out MMAHoles.tv. And Goat Milk went down on Saturday night, our Pick'em League for free. And next week, we have Tabor versus Spivak Part 2. Everyone has been going crazy about this fight. The fight night of the year, everyone's been going nuts. You know, the UFC has been knocking it out of the park every single week, so we'll talk about that a little bit. But how's everyone doing in the chat before we get to our first story? How's everyone? Everyone well? Umar is not Khabib, straight face. I am George as Foog. The rape case is Dems trying to hurt the UFC and their biggest star because the UFC is so... Oh, my God.
Wonderful.
I can't wait to talk about this. I can't. That girl with Conor, I'm sure... that's a midget. No, she's normal size. Conor is actually 8 feet tall. Pale Monkey says,
Wonderful.
Dude, Haggard says,
Wonderful.
I'll tell you what's not wonderful. House of the Dragon. Disappointed a lot of people. How many people saw that? I mean, we're the only show that doesn't disappoint people with dragons. We let them fly. But sometimes House of the Dragon, I know a show that's about dragons doesn't have that many dragons. All right. Anyway, Umar Nurmagomedov. You know, this guy had a very, very impressive performance on Saturday night, and a lot of people are crowning him as the next Khabib. Has the same bloodline, looked very good, and I had a thumbnail before. It's shrunken on this one because Alex is the big story, but I put new Khabib with my head sticking out, my skull head sticking out of his little fuzzy hat, and he did very well. Very, very well. He did exactly what I expected. I picked Umar by decision. The fact that he was such a big favorite in the fight was a little disrespectful to Cory, but it played out pretty much like how everyone thought it was going to play out. Number 10 defeated number 2. And a lot of people are going out there. People in our chat on Saturday were being like, yo, Umar's the guy. This dude is legit. He's got the fuzzy hat. He speaks. He acts. He fights like Khabib. But he's not Khabib. Let's be honest here. I mean, not even close at this stage of the game. Now, we don't know. Listen, he can get a title shot, win, defend, maul people, and maybe, just maybe, he could be someone that we can compare to Khabib. But at this stage of the game, we are so far away when you have a guy like Islam Makhachev. Now, I understand that people are saying, well, he's undefeated, and so is Khabib. Khabib was undefeated as well. He's 18-0. No one can beat him, blah, blah, blah. But there are massive holes in this guy's game. And as dominant as he is, and I think he will fight for a belt, it depends on who is there for me to make a real prediction on if he's going to be champion. I mean, I would say we can give him a 70% chance that he will be bantamweight champion. I mean, I think he is that good, but not Khabib ready yet. You know, he has the luxury of having Khabib in the corner. And one thing that you have to say about the other Nurmagomedov, Khabib, is he's a phenomenal coach as well. Like, it's kind of crazy. If I know that Khabib is in the corner, I'm betting the house on whoever he's coaching. I mean, the guy knows how to get his people's hands raised, and Umar made adjustments and did everything that Cory couldn't do. Cory had little moments here and there, but Umar prevailed, and he looked good. He looked very good against a tough guy in Cory. So, yes, I am saying he's not Khabib. That is what I'm saying. And I saw in the chat, whose name was it? I don't know if they're still in the chat, but let's see. The Celtic Viking was kind of gloating about. No, I don't agree with you quite yet. I'm still not on. I'm not quite there in saying that he is Khabib Nurmagomedov, but I am there saying he's very good. There's no doubt about that, and there's a very solid chance that he will be champ. I tell you what, if you want Umar to fight for that belt, I think the guy you want to put him against is Merab. I think that is a very fascinating matchup, the two of them fighting for gold. O'Malley could be a problem. O'Malley's very confident, saying that he was talking smack about Figueiredo had a really good performance, but, you know, there isn't much Umar talk. I don't know if O'Malley really wants to smoke. A lot of people avoided Umar because he's got the scary last name. But we'll see what happens. I am not surprised about anything on Saturday. The co-main and main event, I thought it played out exactly like it was going to play out. But I want to know in the chat, the people out there, before we move into the next topic, which is Conor McGregor and the Dwarf, and then after that, Alex Pereira being a sexual predator. But let me know about Umar Nurmagomedov. What do you think? Do you like him? Do you think he's going to be a champion? Give me all your thoughts in the live chat, or now's the time in the comment section if you're watching the replay. Hey, Tommy Stiggs, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Big Tommy Stiggs in the chat. He couldn't hold down Cory Sandhagen. This is not Khabib. He will still be champion, though. Okay, so another difference is Khabib, people were calling a weight bully, right? Whereas Umar Nurmagomedov is not the biggest guy. So size is not in his advantage. He has to rely on his actual solid striking, his cage IQ. He does have very good grappling, but he doesn't have the size that Khabib had. Khabib fighting these guys at 155 was a strong guy, whereas Umar's strong, but he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? He's not bullying people around in there the way Khabib did, and I don't think he ever could. I don't know if he could go down a weight class, probably not, but where he stays, I think size would be the difference between the two as well. Hearing that BS the TikToker said about Alex had inconsistency. All right, so we're going to play Elijah. We're going to be playing that video in a second. That's our third segment of the evening. So we will be playing that, and we're going to break it down. This girl, there's a video that was released. She's a TikToker, apparently, and we're going to break down her encounter with Potan. A very dangerous encounter with Potan. We're going to break it down for you, so don't worry. We're going to get to that. You can't learn horrible effing liar, says Elijah. Wow, I mean, were you in the bedroom with them? Were you there? Were you the wait, is that the translator? That might be the translator in the chat, or Alex's manager. It could be. I don't know. Stick around. Adesanya sexually predator in front of the world. Adesanya. Well, we're not talking about dogs yet. Maybe later we'll talk about some dogs. She does OnlyFans, or so I've heard. There are, how should I put this? Very provocative pictures of her on the interweb. We'll show you guys that. Conor was in love with Coco again. Yeah, Conor, we'll get to that in a second. So let's just brush upon the rest of this card here. Some people liked it. Some people didn't like it. I got to be honest with you, it was all right. That's it. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. It was okay. Shara Magomedov did what he had to do. They gave him a fight of the night. Unanimous decision on Alexa Chuck. Alexa Chuck showed up, and he also showed us that Shara is still not that guy yet. Like, Shara is very interesting. He's got the look. He's got the fighting style. The way this guy gets kicks up there, he's very fast and he's fun to watch. But to crown him a champion in this premature stage or say he's going to be a top-ranked guy, I still need to see more. I still need to see more from him. But he's interesting. He's very, very interesting. So he got the win that he needed to, filling in on short notice. Apparently he was filming a movie. So Shara got that win. Davis and Figueiredo really stood out. And I noticed there's no bonus on this. I feel like you could have given a bonus. He got a unanimous decision on Vera and looked great. Like, he keeps, like, impressing me. I did pick Davison in this fight. I thought he was going to get the job done. And he was the first person to ever knock down Marlon Vera. Not even Sean O'Malley could drop Marlon Vera. So, I mean, we gotta give a lot of props to this man. Davison Figueiredo looks very, very good. And I think he'll be fighting for a championship. In fact, Figueiredo versus Nurmagomedov, we might want to make a title elimination fight right there. I think that might be next. Now, I would probably go with Umar in that fight. But still, I would love to see it. Figueiredo, let's see what he's got against Umar Nurmagomedov. Make it happen. Tony Ferguson gets embarrassed in the first round and does not retire, but he puts his one glove down, and he says he's going to keep the other one. He punches the glove after he puts it down on the mat, and then he takes the other glove, the one that he was going to keep, and think about it, and threw it into the crowd. Tony Ferguson's not going anywhere, according to him. And I got that pick right, too. Tony is dunzo. Shout out to McKenzie Dern. A solid win, man. I think McKenzie did a really good job in that fight. It was a real tough fight. Good fight to watch, but McKenzie got her hand raised against a tough gal in Godinez. Joel Alvarez, this guy is a lot of fun if he could stay healthy and active. He's a big lightweight, and he got the job done against Brenner. Let's just scroll through here. Let's see. Azamat got the win. This Hernandez kid looks like a fun guy to watch fight. These guys are trash. Let's see. Garam with a nice underdog win against this scary Brazilian dude. English dude. That was a nice job over there. The dude won. Not Dudakova. The girl that looks like the dude won. Jai Heber got the good win over Bedoya. And this guy, I don't even know why he's in the UFC, but he won. So that is my recap of Abu Dhabi. Nice and quick. Get that out of the way. Get to the real topics here. Right? You know what we want to talk about. You know what we want. We got Pulse coming in. Hey, Pulse.
Conor claims we're not here to take part but to take over. Meanwhile, all his bearded cousins have left the mountains and are running this cage fight game. Looks like Khabib gets the last laugh after beating his ass. Any thoughts on that, Mose?
We're going to get to the Conor situation. Conor has gone off on Khabib once again because Donald Trump said that Khabib is his favorite fighter. I couldn't care less about what Conor said. I want to hear what Colby Covington has to say. Colby has been literally slobbing all over Trump's dick for how many years now? And Trump says, my favorite fighter is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Like, what? We know what Trump's doing there. We know exactly. He's going to fix the war. He's going to fix this and that. So he's doing a political thing, but he is completely thrown. I mean, he doesn't have to say Conor McGregor. He's Irish. He's from Ireland. Who cares? But he picked a Russian over a true American, real steel Colby Covington. I mean, that is what we need to concentrate on. But Conor did go on a rant, and we'll get into that. Thank you, Pulse. By the way, I recovered yesterday. I was recovering from food poisoning. When was the last time you guys had that? At the end of the stream, I'll tell the story if you guys really want to know. But I had food poisoning. I fainted 4 times. I thought I was going to die. But I'll talk about that later if you guys want. All right, here we go. Next one.
Wonderful.
Kainotto dropping a deuce.
I'm an expert in voice inflection and body language. This broad is lying. Anything to get her subscriber count and of engagement up. Just listening to her talk about the whole thing, the way she positions her camera, I call that acting.
You know what, Kainotto? What did you think about the girls that accused Conor? Love to know what you think about that, Kainotto. Kainotto has 0 evidence of Conor McGregor raping a girl. Didn't even hear a peep out of any of the girls that alleged the rape. Yet he fucking threw him to the flames. We have one girl that makes a video and all of a sudden, a little inconsistent there, Kainotto. A little inconsistent. I want to know more about that. Pal. Thank you, Bill.
You make him lose the fight terribly inside of the cage. You make him spread his ass cheeks. Now you enter his backstage. And you fill it with your rage. Come on! Style bender, one fight. Izzy is inside Costa. Izzy is inside Costa.
Thank you for the 450, pal.
Is he a predator in front of the world? What are you talking about?
There must be something with the weight class. Although Alex did move up. But that's true. Izzy did, you're right. Izzy is a predator. You know, I only remember the doggy thing, but you're correct. Izzy is a predator. Okay, we're going to move into, and thank you so much, guys. Pale, Kainotto, and Pulse, thank you so much. If we do well with the donos tonight, I'll open up the phone lines for you guys because you guys deserve it. And I would love to hear what you have to say, especially about the Alex Pereira story. We're going to talk quickly about this goofy story. Here's the Alex story, but let's talk quickly about the Conor thing because it's freaking hilarious, man. This, I saw it last night right before I was about to shut the eyes after that weird-ass, what the hell is this? Admit it, Paulo Costa being a little silly. Right when I was about to go to sleep, this video popped up. We were going to do it as a short, but I was like, you know what? Everyone's probably going to be doing that. Let's, man, Spoiler City, my goodness. Yo, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, let the movie sit around for, I mean, people just love spoiling shit. Let's go, champ. Integrity has been a member for 13 months. He says, let's go, America. They all banging a bunch of ladies for sure. Conor is stuck in movie land and his head acting like a drunk, or is that not an act? I like the evil laugh at the end of that. Thank you. Thank you, Integrity. Appreciate the membership, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, so Conor McGregor is part owner of BKFC. I actually watched the BKFC event that went down. Of course I paid for it, right? I pay for everything. But we were playing cards with the family, and I was like, you know what? Let's put on the Taylor Starling versus the champion, Britain Hart. I almost forgot her name. She follows us. Britain, shout out to you. I'm glad you got the win. Because Taylor unfollowed us. So, of course, I was rooting for Britain Hart, the girl that still follows us and still the champion. But actually, really good fight between the two, and Taylor actually overachieved. I was impressed. Conor went around and did this weird, like we have a couple of clips on the YouTube channel, and we have it, we reposted or whatever on social. But Conor is a very weird dude now. He was rocking this bald head, and he's like being interviewed in the cage, and you hear he's popping, he's chugging his beer. So he's clearly, completely in fight camp for Michael Chandler, ready to go. Listen to what Conor's had to say over here.
Them bare knuckle and American rock and roll. Nothing, baby, that's what.
I mean, what the?
Take off the gloves and fight, bitch. There's nothing like bare knuckle.
I mean, he's clearly coked out of his mind or drunk off his head. I mean, it's pretty obvious that, and I'm, listen, we know I'm a Conor guy, but there's no doubt in my mind that this guy's coked up. He's fucking drunk as a, I mean, he's pounding his drink over here. He's having a great time. Right, as he's acting like the weirdest motherfucker out there. Like Conor is slowly turning into one of the weirdest human beings. Now, is he still funny? He makes me laugh. On Twitter, when he posts some crazy shit, when he makes fun of Khabib, I find it funny. But then you have moments like this where you're like, oh my God, what is happening here? Tapping into his WWE side. I don't know, but he's trying to sell BKFC. He's got a big following. So I get what he's doing. It's just fucking weird, okay? I think we're all in agreement that it's bizarre what we're seeing, but David Feldman's loving it because he's putting him on the map. The guy's got a massive following, so I'm sure Feldman loves it. But now we scroll into this over here, and this is the video that popped out, and it's so funny. So apparently he's at some sort of motorcycle party or something like that, and he's hanging out here, and he's with a dwarf, a little person as they call them. I can't play the music. But anyway, he's standing there. This girl's checking him out. He's looking around. He looks like a scrotum. Like he's got no beard, no hair. He went, I mean, if you're going to shave the head, it's fine, but grow the beard. You got to grow the beard. You don't walk around looking like a ball sack. But for some reason, Conor McGregor's walking around like a ball sack. And the only thing I could think of is, did he get like hair plugs or something? What's going on here? Why is he walking around like a big Irish scrotum head? Really, very strange. But anyway, here's Conor with the little person. Now, she's half naked. She's putting in the work. They're drinking together. I don't know Why they're hanging out together? Is this the girl for the evening? Who knows? But there they are. They're cheersing to the people around them. This girl's into them. She's like, okay, we made eye contact for a sec. I'm going to do my weird dwarf dance. I guess that's a dwarf dance. Not quite sure what that is. Wait, what is happening? Is this how dwarfs dance? Is that what they do? Is that how?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Is that how they seduce full-grown people?
Wonderful, wonderful.
J. Michael.
Oof, food poisoning?
Oh.
That must have been traumatic. Did all of your orifices empty simultaneously? I got it bad one time, literally threw up 30 plus times in a single afternoon. R.I.P. Joe Rogan.
Yeah, thank you, J. Michael. Appreciate you. Rest in peace, Joe Rogan. If you guys want to know more of the food poisoning story, at the end of our stream, when we're about to wrap it up, they're like, oh, you forgot to tell us the story. I will tell you it. If you guys are still interested in my food poisoning story, thank you. Anyway, let's get back to this midget. All right, so here she is. I kind of feel bad for this girl, she's drinking a coffee and a beer. Wait, what? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, did the beer? Oh, she's got a coffee in her hand. She must be driving. She must be driving the midget mobile. She got a little Starbucks in her. And there she goes. She's not even drunk. She's got all the caffeine in her. And now she's, look at her ass jiggle, guys. Look for Conor. Like, now the butt is jiggling. Conor is refusing the urge. Like, if you look at Conor, he's like, no eye contact. Let's make sure that I am not. She's trying to get that butt all in there. And Conor's like, I'm going to keep drinking this beer because I'm in fight camp. I'm ready to go. Got my sleeveless leather vest on. Let's look around over here. There's Asian Andy in the background. Just like, what is he doing? What is he trying to do over here? There's cowboy hats all over the place. It's like retard city. And the girl's like, she's just so disappointed because Conor just says, I'm out of here. And she just looks back, and the look of disgust as she just completely walks away from Conor walks away. I mean, she's like, come on, hey, Conor, go. Okay, here we go. Midget dance real quick. All right, let's let you look at my little midget ass. Now he's going to keep drinking. Asian Andy's like, hey, that's right, Conor. You get that midget. Conor rubs the nose, gets a little cocaine off the nostrils, and away he goes. There it is. There it is. Conor McGregor and the dwarf going at it. I mean, this is just what is happening. Conor is saying to himself, how did I get myself here? What am I doing with my life? Like, why is this? He is so embarrassed. You can tell. He's there for an appearance. He's got the security guards behind him. He's just there to be seen, get paid, get the fuck out. He's got a dwarf dancing in front of him. This is like rock bottom shit over here. He's like, I got Lamborghini yachts. I got all the money in the world. I harpoon whales. I'm not harpooning little dwarfs out here, little children. Like, what's happening here? I got to get out of here. This is not good. I got a scrotum head. Like, so this is clearly Conor being a little bit embarrassed. And why I say that, well, check this out. Conor went off on Khabib. Right? And then we're going to go into the Alex Pereira story, the story that everyone's looking forward to. I mean, everyone wants to hear about the Alex Pereira story. So this is Dana White talking to a slow person. Okay? I don't know, some slow person's talking to Dana White. I don't know what's happening. They call him an influencer, but he just seems like a slow person.
Or like your favorite fighters.
Well, I think Khabib, I mean, how good is Khabib? Do you know who Khabib is? Khabib was 29.
Imagine if the slow person's like, no, I don't know who.
I guess 29, 28, and 0. And then his father died and he stopped. But I think he never lost. I don't think he ever lost a round. Like, wow. He fought many times. He never lost like a round. And I thought he was I got to meet him at a fight. 2 fights.
So here he is sucking off Khabib, right? And this surprised me, like I said before, because, hey, listen, Colby Covington has sold his soul to be part of the Trump people. George Masvidal and Colby, each fighter got a ball sack in their hand. You know, they fondled that Trump ball. Colby Covington on one sack, Masvidal on the other. When Trump's not looking, they start punching each other. But then they're like, oh, let's go back to fondling his balls. No mention. Now, granted, George is not in the UFC anymore, but no mention of the great George Masvidal or Colby Covington. He says Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Ago, because I walk in with Dana. Sometimes I do this walk in. No, we get big applause. We walk in together.
It's crazy. You shut it down.
I met Khabib.
Would I hop on the Trump train? I'm clearly on the Trump train. Why in the world would I be on the other train? Why would any rational person be on the Kamala train? Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, why would anyone in their right mind even admit to voting for that You know what I'm saying?
People, and he was very.
Come on.
You're the
Cut it
man
out.
that can stop the war, because he's talking about the war with Ukraine, Russia.
Of course.
Because he knows they're his people. I mean, on both sides.
I saw Kamala Harris walk out of a record store with like 3 albums, and she wanted to prove how black she was by the albums that she bought. Like, she was like, look, I am, even though I'm married to a white guy, I am black. I am. Oh, check this blues album. I'm like, what is... Anyway, that's Gummy Gang conversation. Don't get me started, okay? Don't get me started.
I think there's so many people dying in that war, and the whole culture is being destroyed. You know, the cities are coming down. They're just pouring bombs in. And he really, it was amazing.
Okay, so Trump is Team Khabib, right? So Conor McGregor puts a post out over here, and he says, campaign-ending decision, a smelly fat mountain monkey from the inbred mountains of Dagestan is your favorite UFC. American company fighter. Wow, abysmal. This is where Conor shines. When he says dumb shit like that, like, this is where he shines. It's fantastic. Like, we need more of that and less of him. Well, the midget thing was kind of funny too. It was at his own, expense. But this is fucking hilarious. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you hate on this guy. I mean, unless you're a complete Khabib guy, maybe you're pissed off. But even if you are, it's fucking funny. It's just funny. Anyway, so that is the Conor situation. He said some more things. Got a little angry about that situation. But let me know in the chat, what do you think about Mr. Coke Man, Conor McGregor, the dwarf, and the infamous snub after a midget twerk? What would you guys think about this? Khabib might be in need. It's a teaser. Khabib trained in America. He's more American than Conor. I think you're missing what he's saying. I think you're completely you're missing. I mean, you can't take what Conor says seriously. You just can't. You got to say, okay, listen to it. It's ridiculous. And just, you got to laugh and move on. Mike, I mean, if you take what he said serious, I mean, there's definitely some issues. What's wrong with the little snow? I mean, I've never tried it. I'm not going to knock it. I never tried it, but I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know. That's awesome, Jamie. McTapper, stalkers, be dumb. Dude, what school did you graduate out of? Who talks like that? McTapper, stalkers, be dumb? What are you, speaking Ebonics in my chat? What's happening? Clap, 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 power clap that dwarf?
Wonderful, wonderful.
I would take Khabib, add a fellow American over Conor. As a fellow American over Conor. Okay. Well, I would take neither. I don't think I would take either as an American. They're both, representing their places. Let them stay there. Conor most likely to overdose than fight in the UFC again. Oof, that's grim. The snowman. Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Vote Joe Biden. Yeah, Conor immediately becomes a citizen and votes for Sleepy Joe. And Sleepy Joe's not running. Pale. LOL. I hope it doesn't. I love sniffers. Harris is black. I'll skip the rest of the stream and turn it into Gummy Gang. Yeah, Gummy Gang will come back, guys. I promise you it will come back. We just got to take care of some things. Every time I am about to do a Gummy Gang stream, I'm like, something fucking happens. But anyway, all right, so that's the Conor situation. If we didn't get your comments, the comment section is where you can put that. Now let's talk about something that could be a serious topic, right? So we're going to listen to this young lady talk about her experience, a romantic experience that didn't turn out the way she wanted it to turn out. But Alex Pereira got what he wanted, right? According to what she said. Now, listen. I always say this, no matter who the fighter is or who the celebrity is or who, innocent until proven guilty. I always say this. We can't just cast stones. And as much as I would love to be like, rapist, we can't do that. It's unethical. It's not being a man. Like, as soon as you hear a woman come out there and just say that this person did something horrible, you got to get the whole story, right? You can't just run out there and just say, screw you, Alex. I'm sure a lot of people that don't like Alex Pereira are just going to completely call him the most horrible things out there. But what I've seen on the internet, it seems like a lot of people are saying they don't believe this young lady. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video, and we're going to figure it out tonight. Now, this was not expected. We were not supposed to do this, but our duty on the MMA-Holes is to deliver whatever the biggest news is. And this is a pretty damn big story. This is an allegation that was thrown at the biggest name in the UFC right now, because let's be honest, Conor, we don't even know if it's coming back. And no one else is even as close as to popular as Alex Pereira. I don't care what anyone says. Chama is the biggest name on their rosters, and this guy saved multiple cards. You know, the UFC, if this were to ever go to court or anything like that, the UFC would give him the best lawyers out there because they can't afford to lose this guy, rapist or not. You can't lose this guy. This guy's saving the company. Now let's move into. Okay, hold on a second. This is not the video, lady. I want the whole thing. I want to do the whole thing over here. I want to get to it. So hold on a second. Hold up. Dun 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 dun. Let's do this. Actually, I got an idea. Let's do this. She's gonna get paid. I mean, yeah. No matter what, I have a feeling she's gonna fall. Listen, all right, we'll let her talk. But yeah, I would imagine she's gonna get paid as well, whether she's telling the truth or lying. Yeah, the UFC is going to do whatever they can to get her to shut the hell up, right? Yeah, so the UFC is going to make her mouth close very quickly. All right, so here is this young lady. I don't know her name, but apparently she's a TikToker. Now, as a person that has a daughter, as a person that takes rape very seriously, I've been raped by many girls out there. Many girls have taken me without my consent, and I got to say this. I'll never forgive them. Okay? But anyway, you forgive, you forget. That's what they say. So let's just forget that I even said that. This girl over here puts this video out. Now, this takes some real balls to put something out there. And this is a very, very serious allegation. Like, this is incredibly serious. Once you say a human being has violated you the way this lady's going to tell the story, you've kind of, you're in. You're all in. You got to stick with it, right? You can't change it up. You can't switch it up. You're there. So, what are you saying? 50K followers on TikTok, which is essentially, yeah. TikTok apparently you can get followers like nothing. Yeah, a girl on TikTok. I feel like you should have like 1 million just for if you're half naked, right? I don't know how TikTok really works. It's not my world, but I did hear it's very easy to grow there. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do it again without crying.
So apparently she's filmed this multiple times. She's going to try to do it again without crying. Okay.
Alex Pereira's assistant, translator, I don't know who he is to him. His name is Mel. My friend followed him on Instagram over 2 months ago. He DMs her after she follows him, asks her questions like how long she had been doing kickboxing for, how she got into it, stuff like that. He asks her... Yes,
that's the fat guy. That's correct. The fat guy. Mel, the fat man.
If she's going to the fight in New Jersey that we went to. I don't know what number it was. I'm not into it like that, like she is. This was my first time ever meeting Alex or knowing who he was. I'm not a huge UFC fan. I just got into it because my friend was into it. Alex's assistant, translator, best friend, whoever he was, his name.
Now, even from the very beginning of this, it seems like it's like the way she's huffing and delivering her story. It's very unbelievable, like really unbelievable. I couldn't see anyone talking about this in this sort of way. And she keeps on saying she had to keep redoing it because she's crying. But I'm 53 seconds in. And I'm already like, oh, man, this does not seem legit.
His name is Mel. Asks my friend if she wants to meet up with him in New Jersey when she goes to the fight. He also says that Alex is wondering if she has a friend for him. I know it sounds stupid and unbelievable because I couldn't believe it myself. Why is this guy asking a 20-year-old girl to put him on with one of her friends when he's a 30-year-old, however, father who should be able to just like talk to a woman his age at the fight? It was planned out on purpose because he does this all the time. My friend.
This is kind of crazy that she would be saying shit like this. Now, whether he does do this or doesn't do this, I mean, we need more information. I'm not buying it. But like, what? And let me say this. Could you imagine, imagine if she was telling the truth? Like, if this is actually true and Alex Pereira is a serial rapist? Like, dude, that's such a change in the story of Potan, I would never in a million years think that he's the guy that would do something like this. So, like, if you put yourself in that mindset, you're like, that's fucking nuts. What she's saying that Alex Pereira is so removed from the character. It's ridiculous. It's like pitching the plot to a movie that just makes no sense. That would never happen. No one would even sign off on it. You can't make that movie because it doesn't seem real. But this is the movie that she's pitching right now.
Talk to a woman his age at the fight. It was planned out on purpose because he does this all the time. My friend sends Mel, the assistant and the translator, whoever he was, he never really gave us an explanation who he was. She sends him my Instagram. Mel shows Alex my Instagram. Apparently, the only thing he said was Chama. I'll try and find the text.
I don't want to laugh. I don't want to fucking laugh. But when I heard this before, I was laughing. I was like, dude, this can't be real. Like, this can't. Like, this is so out of control. He said Chama? That's how he set up the rape? He said Chama. Let's kick off the rape with a little Chama. Dude, it's nuts, man. Did this girl, like, did anyone try to help this girl out?
Really gave us an explanation who he was. She sends him my Instagram. Mel shows Alex my Instagram. Apparently, the only thing he said was Chama. I'll try and find the text proof where my friend was telling me that.
Please. What do you mean you'll try to find it? How? Where could it have gone? What do you mean you'll try to find the text? You mean to tell? I mean, you could literally go back and check all your text messages. I mean, if you're deleting your text messages, chances are you're a shady person, right? You should be able to go back and find. What do you mean I'll try to find that? That's something, if that happened and you found out this is a UFC fighter, wouldn't you screenshot this shit and send it to all your friends? Like, yo, look at the fucking heavyweight champ. I don't even know anything about the UFC, but what I know is this guy is apparently a superstar, and he's saying Chama to me, like his catchphrase to try to rape me.
This. Which is disgusting now that I know what his intent was. We go to New Jersey. Mel hits up my friend, invites us both to a private training at a gym called Cruise MMA, where Alex is training. We're the only women in there except for this older woman who's married to one of the people that's also sparring.
Why would you invite two young ladies to the gym to check, like, have you ever been to one of these gyms? Especially, one of these gyms that has a bunch of UFC killers in it. Have you ever gone to these gyms? It smells like dog shit. It's hot as all hell. It's like the last place you would want to take girls that you're looking to, Chama all over. It's the last place. Unless, I guess, they're super UFC fans and they just want to be in the biz and get smacked around by, their favorite fighter, fine. But if they're just casual people, that's the last place you would want to take them, right? I don't know. It's weird.
I'm hoping I can find security footage. My friend spars with him. I videotape the whole time, and I'm sitting down watching. I can post the video that I took also, where my friend is sparring with him.
Why don't you just post it? Why don't you just there's a thing called YouTube, where you could do long-form content, and you'll get a gazillion fucking views. You post the text messages, you post the sparring things, make this a little bit more interesting, but instead, we got the verbal version of this, the audiobook version.
Him and Mel take me and my friend outside of the gym that we were in after the training session. He comes on to me, goes behind me.
What? You mean to tell me after they were training and Alex Pereira is completely soaked in sweat, he's trying to fuck you behind the gym? Dude, this is nuts. This is fucking crazy. Like the story. And listen, this is just the beginning, friends. If you're just listening to this, this is only the beginning. It gets crazier. There's things that go in the ass. There's a lot. Put the kids to bed. Get ready for this story because it is wild, man. It gets pretty wild. Make sure you hit the like button too while we're getting demonetized.
Looks at my ass and approves to his translator, which is also disgusting.
I could see Alex Pereira checking out her ass, and they're going, huh? You know how he does that, huh? Like he looks like, Chamba.
Now that I know what his intent was, like I was cattle or something. Mind you, this man doesn't speak any English. I don't know what he's saying the entire time. His translator is translating for me everything he's saying and everything I'm saying. He tries to kiss me outside of Crew's MMA gym. I grab his face and I push him away.
What? What? This is the weirdest shit ever. How is she even telling the story with a straight face? Dude, we just got finished training. He's soaked in sweat. He smells like shit. Like complete shit. And he's going to go back and make out with these girls that he invited to the gym? Who wrote this story?
I'm saying.
Now, if she's telling the truth, I apologize. if you are found innocent, if you're found correct in this story, let me just throw this out there. And says, LOL, man says, dude, if this is true, now let's flip it, right? Let's flip it. Because my brain is like, it's just not believing. It's going to like, this is nuts. And I have made videos crapping on Alex Pereira. I've been there. People call me Alex Pereira hater, this and that. I just can't get my brain to say, oh, she's telling the truth. It sounds so outlandish. But could you imagine? Could you imagine if she was telling the truth? Like, could you imagine like this crazy story that she's talking about here? Like, this is what Alex Pereira does. He's like a predator. And he invites him to the gym, smells like shit, and starts making out with him in the back of what?
He tries to kiss me outside of Crew's MMA gym. I grab his face and I push him away. I will try to find security footage from a building around it if possible.
Yeah, I would love to see that footage, please. And if that footage pops up, oh, away we go.
We leave the training. They then invite us to like a meeting or like something that was outside where they were like signing.
Wouldn't you just leave? What do you mean? Like, is the friend like, oh, it's okay. He's just trying to kiss you. No big deal. Maybe be a little inappropriate, but let's just keep on hanging out with them, right? Let's just keep on. Like, there's no red flags here. I'm a young 20-year-old. I don't know any better. Big fucking stone-faced Brazilian man that doesn't speak a lick of English checked out my ass, complimented my ass in Portuguese, and then decided to shove his tongue in my mouth. But now let's stick around. Let's just stick around. What could possibly go wrong?
Find security footage from a building around it if possible. We leave the training. They then invite us to like a meeting or like something that was outside where they were like signing stuff, I guess. I don't know. But we turned it down because it was outside and it was super hot and we had already done our makeup and gotten ready for the UFC fight that night. So they then...
Okay, all right. So they're already ready to go to the fights.
Super chat.
Hey, thank you, Shaquille Oatmeal.
How's it going, big fella?
How you doing, Shaquille Oatmeal? Big fan of your breakfast. Shaquille Oatmeal with the $1.99.
Find security footage from a building around it if possible. We leave the training. They then invite us to like a meeting or like...
Sorry about the inappropriate tongue down your throat. I don't know what I was thinking. Would you like to come to the fights with us? Would you, I mean, dude, there's like a part of me that hopes that part happened. Not the rest of the story, but there's a part of me that's like, man, I hope Alex Pereira actually did that. It's hilarious.
Something that
like
was
that's balls of steel.
Outside where they were like signing stuff, I guess. I don't know. But we turned it down because it was outside and it was super hot and we had already done our makeup and gotten ready for the UFC fight that night.
Yeah.
So they then invite us to dinner before the UFC fight. We were going to go out, according to them, but he sends us an address and our Uber takes us to a very nice hotel where Alex is staying and a bunch of, I guess, UFC fighters are also there.
It's called Hotel Rape. That's where he's like, Alex Pereira has a special rape hotel where he likes to take innocent young ladies after he spars and tries to tongue them down in the back. He takes them to the rape hotel.
His assistant and translator, Mel, brings us into this fancy hotel. I can find security footage proof of this also. And
of course you're going to find proof of that because you went to the hotel. Like, you did go. So if you have proof of you showing you did go to the hotel, right? So, I mean, of course, if there's footage of you walking in. Now, if he's dragging you in by your hair or if you're kicking and screaming and you're over his chama shoulder and he's holding onto your ankles as you're like, help, okay. But of course there's going to be footage of you voluntarily went into this hotel with the dude. What the fuck?
And it's just a bunch of like UFC people sitting in a circle, and Alex looks up at us, looks angry as fuck, and tells his assistant Mel to take us out of the hotel. And everyone is looking at us like, who are these girls? Why are they here? I don't know either. I'm just like there because they asked us to, and like I didn't realize they were bad people. He makes us leave the hotel, and he brings us to the Courtyard Marriott across the street from it.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. So that wasn't the rape hotel. Gotcha. No. That was actually the hotel where they were gonna. Yo, what the fuck? Wait. Sorry. Excuse me. The other hotel was the one.
They have 2 hotel rooms that they have already bought.
I went in. There was a jungle room with swings in there and handcuffs.
For that night, which is disgusting. It was all planned out. They take us to the Courtyard Marriott across.
The sigh is the best part. The sigh is the best, man.
For that night, which is disgusting. It was all planned out.
Her acting is as good as a porn star is acting. Exactly the same. Now, like I said before, I'm going to keep repeating this in case people are coming in and like, oh, this guy is very insensitive. This girl is saying something that's a pretty messed up story. If she is telling the truth, okay? If she is telling the truth, I apologize right now. It's a horrible thing. I would never in a million years want someone to actually go through something like this, even though this is the dumbest story in the world. I would never. I have a daughter. I would never want to hear or see or know anything about something like this. I just don't believe anything she's saying. Nothing makes sense.
They take us to the Courtyard Marriott across the street from the actual hotel that Alex is staying at. We go to the restaurant in the like lobby of the Courtyard Marriott. I can find security footage proof of this also.
She's just following him around. You know. What did he put him in a Brazil? You know, Alex Pereira does have access to spirits, right? So maybe he put them into a trance or something like that, because all these decisions they're making, it's even dumber than a horror movie, right? Like when you watch a horror movie, like why would that girl make that decision? And why would that guy make that decision? And why are they still making these stupid decisions? This is literally the plot of a horror movie, even worse. Like it's worse than watching the most bizarre horror movie ever. There's no way a human being would actually, like a sheep, just follow them into all these situations that are just getting progressively worse. Like, there's no way. Why would she admit to this? Why? I mean, you couldn't just lie and and just make it sound more believable. Like, there's no. I mean, she's probably lying right now, right? So, I mean, the lie could have been better. Black magic. Yeah. Why is she doing this? This is craziness. Chama. After he tried to shove his tongue down her throat, there was some mystery. I don't know, there was something in the exchange with the saliva. Something happened where she got put in a trance. Hey, Tarzan Strickland, how you doing? She's a ditzy 21-year-old girl, of course. She would be stupid, stuff like this. So listen, when I was a kid, all we wanted to do was go out and meet dumb girls. That's all we wanted to do. All we wanted to do. And yes, the girls would do stupid things. Some of them would do very, very dumb things. You're like, why would anyone in their right mind do something like this? This is dumb thing number 12. Like, it just keeps on getting dumber and dumber and dumber to the point where it's just like, no, this doesn't, no. Now, there's more to the story. After we get to the story, there are other things that may lead you in the direction to say, oh, okay, all right, this might be a work. And we'll get to that in a sec.
Super chat.
Thank you, AJ, for the $7.99.
If this is false, I hope Alex sues her for defamation of character. Love from Mandurah, Western Australia, Chama, Moai.
Thank you, AJ. All the way from Australia, dropping a $7.99. Thank you. Like I said before, I hope she is lying. I really do. I hope none of this is true. Not because, Alex Pereira is such a fun fighter to watch. I'm a fan of Alex Pereira. No, none of that. It's just you never want anyone to be put in a situation against their will. Ever. Like, you don't want that, especially a young lady. So, listen, as many jokes as I throw around here, the reason why I'm throwing those jokes out there is because I do not believe a damn word she says. I don't.
they buy us a flatbread pizza, and then they ask, well, Mel is asking all of this. Alex doesn't speak any English. He's just translating. Mel asks us how old
flatbread pizza
we are. I said, I'm 21. My friend says that she's 20 years old, not old enough to drink alcohol. So he talks to Alex, tells him how old we say we are, and then they buy us, I think, 2 glasses of wine.
I've had girls lie about their age. I've had girls, when I was younger, I had girls that would lie about their age to get drinks and stuff like that. It happens all the fucking time. I guarantee the girl lied about her age. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
So, mind you, they're buying alcohol for a 20-year-old girl that...
Put her on a lie detector test. I would love to know if they actually said, oh, she's 20. Now, if they bought an underage girl a drink, I don't care if it's a year. If they bought her a drink, I mean, that's kind of sleazy, right? But I don't know. Something doesn't add up. I guarantee they lied.
...is not old enough to drink alcohol, and this is on security footage. Didn't make me sign an NDA before he did any of this. Like, just did it because he does this all the time.
Hold up. Let's pull out the NDA. You know, before I like to rape girls, I like to let you sign a couple of documents before I force myself on you. Did she just...
So, mind you, they're buying alcohol for a 20-year-old girl that is not old enough to drink alcohol, and this is on security footage. Didn't make me sign an NDA before he did any of this. Like, just did it because he does this all the time, probably.
All right. Now we know the girl's, like, she probably has issues, right? Now we know, okay, this is getting so out of control. NDA? What? What?
It was so routine and planned out. They're giving us drinks. Alex won't get off of me. I'm not into it because I don't know this man. I don't like being touched if I am not, like, if I don't know you and I'm not comfortable with you. Even if you're my family member, I just don't like being touched.
Hold up a second here. Let's go to X. Now, I don't know when this picture was, but this is crazy, man. We were not going to talk about this today. We had no idea about this Alex Pereira story. That apparently happened 2 months ago, right? I wonder, it would be funny if Alex's response to this was just Chama. Like, he doesn't say anything, a word. Hey, Alex, what do you think about the sexual assault allegations, Chama? And then that's it. That's all we hear. This is craziness, man. So there's a picture of her. Oh. Uh-oh. So, I mean, okay. I don't know. Is this before or after the flatbread pizza? When was this taken? Right? Isn't that the same girl? That's the same girl to me, right? Okay. So there's Alex Pereira and this girl. Now, she doesn't look very happy, but it doesn't look like she's being forced in this situation, right? I don't know. But like I said, I don't know if this is before or after the flatbread bread. I have no idea.
Planned out. They're giving us drinks. Alex won't get off of me. I'm not into it because I don't know this man. I don't like being touched if I am not, like, if I don't know you and I'm not comfortable with you. Even if you're my family member, I just don't like being touched. I'm starting to get tipped.
Guys, can you touch the like button, though? I do like when my like button is touched. If you guys can ground and pound the like button, I appreciate it.
See, and I feel sick because I don't do well when I drink. But I'm trying to calm my nerves. He won't get off of me. He keeps asking me to go to the bathroom with him, or he's asking Mel, and Mel is telling me this. So I guess this is how he gets away with it, because he didn't technically, well, no, because he did it. He just technically didn't say any of it to my face. He said it through his translator, and his translator said it to my face. But his translator wasn't the one who assaulted me. He's telling his translator to ask me to go to the bathroom with him. I'm telling him no, because I don't do that. I get uncomfortable and nervous, and as much as you guys think that I'm this, like...
I get uncomfortable. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. If someone says, yeah, you want to come to the bathroom with me? Yeah, that would make me uncomfortable and nervous, especially if I'm the opposite sex. Yeah, it's a little fucking weird. Yeah, that's yeah.
Whore.
You don't think that's a red flag, lady? Wouldn't you be like, okay, this is red flag number 30. I lost count.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say on TikTok. As much as you guys think these things about me just because of the line of work that I do, I just do what I have to do to make ends meet.
You know what, guys? I'm sorry. She's just trying to make a living. She's just doing what she has to do. It's just to make ends meet.
Just think these things about me just because of the line of work that I do. I just do what I have to do to make ends meet.
Oh. Well, I better stop. She's trying to make a living. She's trying to make an honest living. This poor girl. We should just stop this segment right now. This is just... I just don't feel right. Is that her? Wait, hold up. No. What? Wait, what did she do? Wait, what? Wait. Whoa, I can't show. I don't know what's going on there. It's a little blurry, but I don't know what just happened there. Thank God that was blurry. I don't think we could show that. I don't know what that was that I just...
Nothing to do with anything. I don't put out the first time meeting somebody because I have a lot of trauma and I get nervous and scared. I will try to find security footage. Legally, they have to be able to pull this up, right? Like, Alex can't, like, somehow, like, get it erased. That would literally not be fair. I'm gonna try my hardest to find the security footage. If it actually ends up, like, going to court or, like, something happens. I don't know what I was expecting. I just posted it because I just wanted to talk about it. I go to the bathroom with my friend after Alex has been coming on to me the whole night and I feel sick and uncomfortable and like I'm about to throw up. I tell her in the bathroom, at no point during this whole entire visit with these people are you to leave me because I'm not comfortable. We agree that we won't leave each other at any point because Mel, the assistant and the translator, is also hitting on my friend who's 20 years old. I don't know how old this...
Well, let me just be honest. Have you seen the translator? This guy's got a hit on underage women, right? I'm not making an excuse for him, but I mean, I don't think he has much to pick from. He's got to go after kids. I'm not surprised that he's a pedophile if he is, but I mean, take a look. I'm pretty sure he'll take whatever he can get, you know? Look, he's the guy on the left. Yeah. Chama. That's the guy on the left. That's his wingman. Could you imagine? Poor Alex. That's his fucking wingman. So, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do.
This man was. I'm trying to tell.
So now this is in multiple takes. I don't know if TikTok, you know, I guess you could only do it for a certain amount of time. So she had to do this in segments here. So this is more of the story. If you're just jumping in, Alex Pereira has been accused of doing something that is I do not stand for in any way. And throw him in jail and lock up the key. If there's anything that she's telling that's true in this story, lock him up for good.
Tell Alex's assistant to tell Alex that I don't put out like that after I meet someone for the very first time, and that I need him to get to know me and to work for it. I, quote, said to his translator, trying not to be a prude and annoying, but I told him, I was like, how do I say you have to work for it? His assistant...
Oh, God. Oh, this poor girl. So, listen. She's got issues. She's got issues. She has got a lot of issues. And if she is doing porn on the internet or OnlyFans and that's how she makes a living, she's trying to sell her body to get paid, whatever. Listen, you got to pay the bills. You got to do what you got to do. It is what it is. You can make a lot of money on OnlyFans. But we need to stop. We need to stop. You need to stop right now because this is getting, and it's not over. The story is not over. There's more to it. Like it's just wrong. This is so fucking wrong.
Wonderful.
I literally feel bad for her.
Not only is this clout chasing, it's free advertisement for her off.
Yeah.
She literally has a pose on June 3rd that screams, "Look at me, look at my fake tits. Chama. Work that ass."
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So yeah, this is a business move, and listen, men. Now she's out there. She's doing that kind of stuff, and now she's out there. So even if she's completely wrong in this, and she gets sued for defamation or whatever, it doesn't matter. She's going to cash in on this, and she's going to get so many dudes paying for her OnlyFans. Everything will be paid off. It'll be fine. This is a business move. Dragging a man's name down, it's a business move.
Laughs, tells Alex, and Alex tells his assistant to tell us that he really likes us, and he's going to take us on a trip to the Dominican Republic to get to know us better, because I guess he's trying to, convince me that he's not, just trying to take advantage of me.
Now, I will say this. I bet he is saying things like this because she is probably giving him all the vibes that she's into him. Here's this whore on the internet, and Alex is like, well, I think she's pretty hot. I've seen her naked on the internet. Yeah, I want to bang her, right? So Alex is saying dude things. So I would not be surprised if some of the things that she's saying that Alex has said, I wouldn't be surprised if he said things like that. Maybe the translation got a little warped, but I wouldn't be surprised because guys say dumb things to dumb girls. Like that happens, right? But there's nothing wrong with what he's saying to her if she's reciprocating, which I would have to believe she is, considering the other pictures that are floating around the internet. It seems like I could fuck the UFC champ. Let's go.
So I'm like, okay, that's great. I don't have a passport. Can you let me know when this is happening so I can pack and get ready for it?
And is there any flatbread pizza that will be there?
I mean, I make my own money and I don't need this man's money. It's not me trying to get his money. I literally could not care less if I don't get anything out of this except for to find my own voice again.
And now at this point of the story, I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, she clearly was with him. She banged him. She was probably maybe into him, and then Alex threw it to the curb. It's like, yeah, we're good. I had enough. I'm going to move on, said what I had to do, get in the pants, move on. And she probably got so offended by this. She's like, well, you know what? I'm going to capitalize on this. I don't know if she quite set him up. I mean, it's possible that she set him up, but I think what happened here is I think that she tried to, weasel her way into this situation. She probably was like, oh, this guy's kind of into me. And then he dumped her. Like, no, this is not how this is going to work. We'll hang out, this and that. And he probably just never, he probably promised her things and then just never called her back. Did one of those sleazy dude things. Like, we've done that. All of us have done stuff like that. So she probably is getting revenge right now. Not that he attacked her. I don't think that's what happened. I think that they did fucking, play around in the bedroom, have a little fun. I think she was part of the deal and she got offended. That's what I'm thinking here. That's my conclusion, but there's more.
I just wanted to talk about my story. I was not expecting his fans to be as bad as he is, but I guess I should have known. We have to split up because it's time to go to the UFC fight. His translator and Alex go on their own. Me and my friend take an Uber. It goes terribly. The fight ends.
Now, once they're in the Uber, wouldn't she say to her friend, this is getting really weird. This is we have a chance to get the fuck out of here. We can just go home, call it a night, and say, this is the craziest story ever. Let's just go on the internet and talk about it. Let's just fucking, the story stops here. There's no touching inappropriate action. I mean, there are inappropriate actions in the story, but it doesn't go, it gets to the point where we have a great story to tell. The story is fantastic right now. Why is she still hanging around if she's, going through all this traumatic stuff?
Afterwards, his assistant Mel sends an Uber to our location after the UFC fight and brings us back to the courtyard Marriott where we were going to go out. We were going to go there, and they were going to drive us, and they were talking about going to, I don't know, they were talking about going to strip clubs, and they were...
Okay, there's more. Don't worry. It's not over, guys. Oh, there's more.
He picks me up from on top of him.
Oh, hold on a second. Whoa. Where's the rest of this thing? Hold up. What's the rest of the story? There's another picture of her if you want to check it out. This was, okay, so this was posted, UFC 302, took place on June 1st. The alleged victim posted those photos on June 2nd on Instagram. Okay?
Wonderful.
The internet is pretty much undefeated. So there's more to this story. One's in the chat. Do you want me to dig up the rest of the story? Let me know. I could stop it right there. It's gonna get to the bedroom where things go down. Let me know. One's in the chat if you want to keep the story going. I mean, we pretty much know. We pretty much know what's going on here. But if you want it to keep going, we'll keep going because I'm a man of the people. Oh boy, there's a lot of ones in that chat. Okay, all right, I'm here for you. All right, so let's do this. This is crazy, dude. It's so nuts, man. It's so crazy. All right, I got to be careful what I post here. All right, the other picture was very blurry. I can get away with that, but I just got to be really careful as I scroll. Very, very. Got to be cautious. Okay. Let me see.
Just to be clear also, that picture that I posted where everyone is saying that it looks like I'm a fan that asked him to take a picture with me, I did not ask for that picture. I asked for no pictures. I didn't know who this man was. My friend asked for pictures with him after asking me to record her sparring with him, and then he asked on everyone that I know and love's life. He asked for pictures with me. I did not ask for those pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend after he asked to take the pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend to have me send the pictures to her, and then she sends it to my assistant because he wanted the pictures, because it was probably a trophy for him. I did not ask for those pictures. That's besides the point. But basically, his assistant sends us an Uber to where we are after the UFC fight and brings us back to the courtyard Marriott where we were supposed to be waiting for Alex to get back from an interview, I think he said, and then we were going to go out. He was talking about going to strip clubs and like having a fun night while we were all in New Jersey, New York for the weekend. We wait for like 2 hours for Alex to come while his friend is on the phone talking about like kids with cancer and big money transfers and things that had
mid-trophy. Yeah. He's never had anyone more attractive than her. She's such a dime piece that he's got to make sure that they get pictures together. He's got to put it on his wall, his rape wall, right? Is that what's going on? Instead, some people put deer heads on the wall. Alex Pereira takes pictures of rape victims and puts it on his wall, right? Is that what happens? Here, Chama.
Had to do with Alex, and we were like, hey, it's getting kind of late, like, is Alex coming? Like, what's the plan? Should we just go back home because we're kind of tired? Like, if we're gonna have plans, can we like get on with it because it's already getting very late? At this point, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. Eventually Alex comes to the hotel room after the interview that he was at, and he says that he doesn't want to go out. He wants to enjoy the time that he has with the people he's with. Some bullshit like that. And then he takes off his clothes, gets into bed, orders food, and then is trying to get me to get into bed with him.
I'm just picturing a naked Alex Pereira leaping into the bed. Everyone else is in the room. He's like, I'm just gonna fucking rock hard. God, there's a part of me that just hopes, some of this is true. Like, I'm hoping that, like, she was reciprocating in this situation and he did this. I could actually see Alex Pereira, because he's a big goofball. in front of his translator saying, I'm just going to get naked. You know, this girl's DTF. You know, let's have a little fun here. I think she's leaving out the part where she was like, she probably was laughing her ass off. I mean, come on. You went back to the room after everything that went down. You went back to that room for what? Like, I mean, what? And she's acting like she's surprised that he would do something so goofy like that.
My friend and me and the translator are all sitting on the couch, and he's just sitting in bed staring at me. And
bro, it's like in my head. The image is like, it's in my head of the big stone face, no clothes on, rock hard, and he's doing that stare at her. Like, dude, it's probably terrifying. It probably is. Even if she's maybe she was DTF until he did that, and she was just like, all right, no, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't know. Oh my God.
Telling his translator to tell me things and trying to convince me to get into bed with him.
Now picture the stare downs when Alex is locked in a cage with his opponent. Just picture him naked in the bed doing that to a young lady. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, this is wild. Oh man, I can't wait for Jesse to listen to this. This is fantastic.
I eventually get into bed with him because I was naive.
It would be funny if he had the headdress on too, like he had the whole fucking garb on, just naked, giving her the look. Put this on, you know, or it tells the translator for her to put it on, get naked and put the fucking headdress on.
And trying to convince me to get into bed with him. I eventually get into bed with him because I was naive, I guess. I didn't think that anything was going to happen.
Oh, thank God the translator didn't get naked too, right? Hopefully that translator left. No, he was still there. Well, at this moment. But yeah, could you imagine the translator got naked and then everything just fell out of his clothes, like all that blubber? That really would have ruined the mood.
My friend was there with me. I had told her not to leave me at any point. She had told me...
Yeah, he was naked with his translator in there. Listen, when you got your wingman in there, everything goes out the window, right? When you're there, you're with some young ladies. You want to. No one cares anymore. You know, it's just, you know, I mean, how many people in the chat have been in a situation, not this particular situation, but you bring girls back to the room after the club or whatever. You do some goofy shit. You're getting naked. Your friend's there. Who gives a fuck? I mean, I've been there. Even if my friend was a big fat slob, I've been there. You know. But anyway. That's a story for another time.
Sitting in bed staring at me and telling his translator to tell me things and trying to convince me to get into bed with him. I eventually get into bed with him because I was naive, I guess. I didn't think that anything was going to happen. My friend was there with me.
What do you mean you didn't think anything was going to happen? He's naked. He's fucking naked with an OnlyFans star in his bed. What do you mean? Like, what the fuck do you think? What do you think's gonna happen after everything that led up to this? You jump into bed with a fucking fully naked man. What could possibly go wrong? It's like when Conor harpooned the whale and threw her into the bathroom, right? Like, what could go on there? But this story gets even crazier than that because Alex Pereira is fully nude in the bed. Yet you're like, I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? Right? I mean, it's just completely normal. So what if your job is in the sex industry? That's irrelevant, right?
With him because I was naive, I guess. I didn't think that anything was going to happen.
Yeah, that's it.
My friend was there with me. I had told her not to leave me at any point. She had told me not to leave her with the assistant at any point. I thought that we were going to be fine. I thought I was going to be able to maybe try and get myself comfortable.
You don't think your friend would be like, hey, babe, you know, we're good friends here. I don't think you should get in the bed with that guy that tried to fucking tongue you down outside the gym and all the other crazy shit that led up to this. You know, like, he's naked. Get out of the bed. Let's go. This is getting a little crazy. Let's get out of here. Wouldn't your friend say that? Her friend must be the sloppiest mess. If she is hanging out with the translator, the friend, God knows, Lord knows, it's probably a hippopotamus. It's probably someone that just, I don't know. God knows what the hell he brought there. Who knows? But wouldn't she, if she was a good friend, say, get the fuck out? What are you doing in that bed?
Wonderful.
They're young, right? They're young. What do they know?
We need an updated Chama donation. Him doing the native Brazilian walking pose, the glare, etc. I can't. I'm dying. But of course she targets the non-English speaking champ Lowell. The friend was there for a threesome.
Yeah, he can't even defend himself. He doesn't speak English. Dude, this is crazy. This could be out of the 8 years of doing this on YouTube, this is easily the craziest story I have ever heard. Like, this shit is nuts. And by the way, I'm surprised we didn't get the Chama donation. What a misfire. What a misfire there. Thank you, Sonosi. Appreciate that.
Getting into bed with him and cuddling with him, if there was people in the room. I just have problems of my own. I have trauma. This is not the first time that this has happened to me.
Yes, you do OnlyFans. You're showing your tits at UFC events. You're just randomly following around guys. No matter how many red flags pop up, it's all because of trauma. No, it's because of Chama. That's what. It's not trauma. It's Chama. That's what's going on.
Wonderful.
That's what's going on right there.
I was just naive, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I got into bed with him. My friend was there.
There's no excuse. You were not forced into that bed. There's not even in this crazy story. He never forced you into his bed. He is naked in there, giving you the Chama stare. You may as well say he Yuri Prohaska'd you, and the spirits took over, and you just couldn't resist. You were charmed by his Chama, right? You should have just said that. There's no reason for you to get in the bed.
There. So was the assistant. I thought I was going to be fine. He starts touching me down there repeatedly. I keep pushing him off. I keep pushing his hand off. I keep bringing his hand back up to
What are you doing in the bed with the naked guy, man? Like
my waist, so that we can just cuddle, because I'm comfortable with cuddling. I'm not comfortable with putting out.
He don't want to cuddle. My bro, I guarantee this guy is bricked up. What do you think? He just wants to cuddle? He's just driving you all over the place so he could spoon you in front of his translator and your friend? What? What fucking world do we live in? Cuddle? What the fuck? Wait. Well, pump the brakes, bro. I thought we were here just to cuddle. I didn't sign up for any of this. Keep that hand away from my clam. I'm just here for the spooning, okay? Just poke me in the back. Make sure you poke me. Just leave it above the waistband. Put your fucking log above the waist. Nothing below. No hand. Keep your hands to yourself. We're just here for the cuddle. I just signed up for the cuddle. I know I'm a porn star, but keep that aside. You know, I'm a cuddler.
With somebody that I don't know. I just met literally for the first time. He's huge, scary, doesn't speak any of my language.
Why would you get in the bed with him then? He didn't force you in there. It's even part of your story. He did not force you into the fucking bed.
And I wasn't comfortable putting out with him because that's just not what I do. He keeps touching me. I keep pushing him off. Eventually, me and my friend say that we're very tired and we would like to go to sleep.
I can't. I'm exhausted from, all of this inappropriate groping and this bizarre day. I'm just tired. Can we just go to bed? Not, hey, can I get out of here? I'm just tired. Let's sleep now. Let's go to sleep. Let's have a slumber party. After the inappropriate groping, let's just transition to a slumber party, right? Dude, guys and gals out there, raise your children appropriately. Keep them off the internet. Help these poor children out there not make these decisions that we're going to regret. And listen, the allegations that are about to be made here, I mean, on top of what's happening, okay, I do not stand for any of this stuff. I am not making light of the topic. I am making light of how ridiculous this young lady sounds. Like, there is nothing in this story that adds up. She even in her story, she is at fault. Like, I'm not saying no one's ever at fault of being inappropriately groped or raped or whatever. No one should ever have to deal with anything like that. Oh, there's more. There's more. Oh, this is not over. But this story, if she's going to tell the story, she should have molded it a little bit better where it would seem more realistic.
They turn all the lights off. My friend and the assistant get into bed. It's a queen-size bed. that they get into. I'm in a queen-size bed right next to it with Alex. Me and
The friend sounds like a real like a solid girl too. She's in the bed with that fucking blubber whale translator. She's got a great personality. There he is! Oh no, Alex, please! No! Don't do it, Alex! Oh shit! He's coming to get me! Put your clothes back on! Stop him! Oh God! Please no, Alex! No! Oh God, help me! Oh,
Chama,
there it
after
is.
you coat her with your cock, save some of that ass for me. Stop saying chama per thrust. P.S. Your donomos, Sonosai.
All right, thank you. See, there we go, Sonosi. Well played. That is our $9 donation. And boy, will it be a lot moving forward. It's gonna be a whole different donation, right? If he's found guilty, of course, we're gonna get rid of that donation. But for the time being, it's gonna be quite hilarious. Oh my God, dude. If this poor girl's watching the video, she just had PTSD. Do you think he was naked on the bed shooting a fake arrow into her? Is that why she got into the bed? Like, if you don't get in the bed, I'm going to shoot this fake arrow into you.
And my friend are on the inside of the bed looking at each other under the blankets. He keeps pulling the blanket over me, keeps trying to touch me.
Could you imagine what was going on with Alex Pereira and the translator? They were probably speaking Portuguese to each other like, what is up with these fucking girls? Like, what is going on here? You know, like, I would love to hear I want to hear the uncut version of Alex Pereira's story. Someone translate that. Alex, you have no choice but to tell your side of this crazy ass story, because we know you fucked this girl. We know that happened. I want to hear your story and tell it like a bro would tell it. Don't, come on. Tell your story. Tell your side of the story. Don't let us down, Alex Pereira. What a story.
I feel suffocated. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. I've pushed him off so many times at this point, and he's not taking the hint. And these men
I just want to cuddle.
Are clearly not caring about my comfortability. Mind you, again, I don't know what I was thinking. I was naive, I guess. I guess you could say I asked for it by getting into bed with him. I didn't know that this was going to happen. I'm pushing him off of me. He won't get off. He eventually pulls my underwear and my pants down to around like halfway on my thighs, and I push him off again. He gets out of bed. He starts screaming and putting his socks and his clothes on.
I could just see him just pulling his socks up like just fucking screaming Portuguese. The only thing you understand is chama. Like, what is going on? Now, this man is getting up and screaming. Now we must leave the room, right? This is where the guy has gone fucking crazy. We got to get out of here. The guy just tried to pull my panties off. Let's leave. Time to leave. Right? You would think, right? Time to leave.
Eventually pulls my underwear and my pants down to around like halfway on my thighs, and I push him off again. He gets out of bed. He starts screaming and putting his socks and his clothes on. I'm terrified because I don't know what's happening. My pants are around my legs, and after I had told him no and pushed him off, and he's screaming in another language. Me and my friend...
Because Alex Pereira, when he's turned down, when you deny his advances, he just gets up and starts screaming. He just starts yelling. Now, if that did happen... Wow, that would be some story, but
we're looking at each other, hiding under the blankets, like about to start bawling our eyes out.
What do you mean? Get out of the bed. He's not keeping you in the... There's no part of the story where you're like, he's barricading the door. Get out of the fucking bed. What do you mean you're crying under the covers as he's screaming? He's screaming with his headdress on and nothing else. He's got a fucking rock hard cock, and he's screaming on the bed. Get out of the room, man. Why would you stay in that bed with him? What the fuck? In what world? Just a big hard cock as he's screaming on the bed.
And he starts telling his translator that he doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him and my friend, and that he wants them to leave.
If I'm gonna force myself on this girl that's not willing to have sex with me, I need everyone out of the room immediately. I want everyone out of the room. If I'm gonna have to force my way in there, everyone must leave the room right now, immediately.
His translator and my friend leave the hotel room. His translator and my friend leave the hotel room.
Dude said her cunt was crying in fear. Oh, God, pass me a tissue. My cunt is crying. It's so fearful of that big stone cock that's about to... Anyway.
He immediately starts trying to take my clothes off. He starts trying to take my socks off. I try to tell him no, because I have blisters on my feet from walking around New York in heels for like 10 hours the night before, and I had Band-Aids on my blisters, and they were going to get ripped off with my socks.
So you're going to explain, oh, don't take off my socks. I got blisters on my feet. Never mind the attempted rape. She goes into a full backstory on why she has blisters on her feet.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I mean, you know.
I tried to explain to him, don't take my socks off, please. He didn't understand that. So at that point, I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm in a room with a huge man that doesn't speak English. He's not understanding what I'm saying. He doesn't give a fuck because I've pushed him off so many times, and he doesn't care. And he, like, got up and screamed and scared me into staying in the room with him and making his assistant and my friend leave the room.
Hold on. Put the socks back on. He's back. He's back in the room, guys. Hide. Get under the covers. Don't leave. Whatever you do, don't leave. He's back. Oh, shit. We can't control him.
Chama, they're the man. Get that potent cock after the ginger. All will fear you. Fill them all with your evil spirits.
Thank you. That's actually Pereira's translator. After he got kicked out of the room, he immediately donated that. Thank you very much, Pereira's translator. Thank you guys for the donations.
Wonderful.
If you're just jumping into this stream, we're talking about the story that happened apparently, 2 months ago or something. Alex Pereira was with these girls, and crazy stuff happened. And this girl's describing a terrifying night with Alex Pereira. And we're trying to figure out, is she telling the truth or not? Now, if she is telling the truth, there needs to be a movie made about this. Like, legit needs to be a movie made about this. Anyway.
At this point, I know what's happening. I've been through this before. I know that it's just easiest if I just shut my mouth, do what I have to, put on whatever.
Now, let me say, like, if she is lying about this, this is really fucked up. If she is telling the truth about this, this is really fucked up. There is no way around it. Like, we're having a little fun with it because she sounds crazy, and most likely she is lying, right? But either way, whatever direction we're going in with this story, it's really, really messed up. So let's think about that for a second before we make some more inappropriate jokes. Okay, now back to the video.
Performance that I have to make it end. He puts me on top of him so that I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to say on TikTok. He puts me on top of him so that we are... I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he puts me on top of him so that we're 69ing.
Oh my God.
Face with an invisible bow and arrow.
I can't. You're killing me.
Money grab.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to need a nice cold shower after this stream. This could be the weirdest stream we've ever did. Thank you, Black Magic. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Welcome to the MMA-Holes. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel where you could be part of the show. Okay. Where we left off, Alex Pereira has put this young lady on top of him, but not how you would think. He decided, let's eat her. Let's flip her around. Let's just flip. Not only am I going to put this girl on top of me, but I'm going to flip her around. Okay? This is the bizarrest sexual assault I've ever heard.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he puts me on top of him so that we're 69ing. I think that it's just going to be, like, normal. Like, he just pressured me into having sex, and he scared me into having sex with him. It's whatever. Like, it's nothing that hasn't happened to me before. Like, I'll just, you know...
Wait, this is not your first... Okay.
Keep it inside like I usually do and just live with it.
Okay, so she stopped it there. I don't know. We're gonna. So where we left off, she's in the position of what they say 69. I never tried it before. It sounds great. Well, not in this situation.
Using multiple of his fingers, forcefully pushing them into my ass. I don't know.
So he's putting her fingers in her butt.
I'm allowed to say this or not.
Okay.
Everybody's asking for an explanation, so here it is. This is literally just the truth. It's disgusting and embarrassing, and I've tried to make this video so many times, and I keep crying, and I just feel disgusting and humiliated and violated, and I know people are going to laugh at me, and people are going to say that I deserved it and think that it's funny what I'm about to say. You can laugh. It's whatever. And like,
we're not laughing. Here's why we're laughing. It's not, I don't want to say we're laughing at you because you clearly have issues, right? Like there is a lot of pre-existing issues here, and it's sad. The whole thing is sad because I don't believe you are telling the truth. But even if you are telling the truth, it's really sad, right? But the fact that you would decide to just go on social media and just do like a 20-minute video about this instead of going to the authorities, right? I mean, maybe she did. But wouldn't you go to the authorities on this instead of going to TikTok? Like, I don't know. I would love to be a fly on the wall when she's explaining this to the cops. This exact story.
I just thought that, like, this would help me heal by talking about it.
This is not the typical grape. This is not the typical because there were many ways to leave the room. It's not like he was forcing her to stay there. There was no forcing at all in this, right? In her story, in her actual story, there's really no forcing in this. She's reciprocating. Like, you know, like it's bizarre. Like this whole thing is really, really fucking weird. I don't know.
He's basically fisting my ass at this point. It hurts really bad. And I'm
He's got a big fist.
blacking out and disassociating and like just trying not to be there while it's happening.
So now we know Alex Pereira likes to fist ass. After he beats up on his opponents, he likes to put his whole fist inside of a woman's ass. The left hook. He caught with the left hook.
Wonderful, wonderful.
She took the left hook in her ass.
So Sai, I don't know who this man is, but I spent hours with him. I had blisters and pus coming out of my toes, but Sai, I let him take my socks off. Sai, I guess I'm just naive and he's a man who speaks a different language, but Sai, the pizza was Sai okay.
Thank you, Kainotto. They got that flatbread going. It was all for the flatbread. Left hook in the ass.
Before his assistant had left the room, I had told him to please tell Alex that I was very nervous. I don't put out on the first time meeting somebody like that.
Why would you jump in bed with him while he's completely naked, giving you the sex eyes? And then he tries to take your panties off. You don't want to have anything to do with that. So, okay, get out of the bed. Like, he's not keeping you there. There's no part of the story where he's keeping you.
Please emphasize to Alex that I'm very nervous. I haven't had sex with a lot of people. I have a lot of sexual trauma. I freeze up in the moment, and I am not able to have sex with people like that when I first meet them, and I told his translator to tell him that.
Oh, boy. Okay, so there she is. She's very sad. Just a little bit more, and then we will come to a conclusion here. Just a little bit more, guys. She had to get the the emotions out before she can complete the story.
Picks me up from off of on top of him, asks me the only time he spoke English.
Jeremy, it's not me with the Chama music. It's not me. That is all you guys. You guys have perfectly placed that Chama. I have nothing to do with any of the Chama music. I don't stand for any of that stuff. I would never play that during a horrific story like this. This girl had such a horrible experience. Oh, fuck. Alex! I mean, with an invisible bow, and you can't make this up.
Sorry, I would have taken you to Brazil, but you have no passport. We are together in spirit.
So that is Alex Pereira's Black Magic coming in. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay. This is very immature, guys. You need to cut it out. By the way, that donation is like one of my mom's favorite donations. And I will ask my mom tomorrow, is that still your favorite donation? The $9 Alex Pereira Chama. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the support. I'm ashamed of you.
English this entire time.
Just that fist that pops up in that donation, that big fist as he's pulling, that whole thing was in her asshole. Just remember that. Every time you see that donation play, just think about it. Every time he stomps to that cage and he pulls it back, he pulls it fucking back. The left hand was completely in this girl's ass. She's got some giant asshole, this girl.
He picks me up from off of on top of him, asks me.
It would be funny if he picked her up with his hand still in her ass. Like he picked her up and she was just hanging off his arm. He's like, oh, trying to shake her off like the fucking Hulk. She's just on his. She's just like, help, help.
The only time he spoke English this entire time that I was with him was to ask me to help him put it in. I tried to put it in, but I was nervous, so I couldn't. So he did it.
It's so funny. He all of a sudden learned how to, like, when he wants the sex, he's like, yeah, it's time for English.
And he put it in my ass, and then he assaulted me. Afterwards, he got up, he took a shower.
Even with the bad acting, it still puts a pit in my stomach. Just hearing a girl even saying something like this, whether it's just like knowing that she's most likely lying. It's just like, I mean, she's probably not lying. It probably did go in her ass, but I don't think it went in her ass like this whole crazy story. But I'm pretty sure he did go in her ass.
I laid in bed, just kind of like disassociated, not even really like.
Wouldn't you be like freaked out about his big fist in your ass? I mean, the cock probably was easy compared to his fist.
Ah, super chat.
That fist has knocked out many guys.
This kind of thing has got to stop. Izzy's dumb.
Sorry about Izzy. We need Izzy's dog to release a 20-minute video talking about Izzy.
Realizing what had just happened, I'm scared as fuck, and I don't know if I can use the shower, and I'm scared to ask him. So I just go to the bathroom and I sit on the toilet for a few minutes while I literally bleed.
When she sat on the toilet, her ass was so wide from his fist that the toilet went in her asshole from that giant Chama fist. She was bleeding on the
I come back to bed after going to the bathroom. He kisses me on the forehead and he spoons me to sleep.
What the fuck? Well, you finally got the spooning that you wanted. Oh, boy.
His translator and my friend came in the next morning, woke us up. I get dressed.
How the fuck could you sleep in that room after all this happened? How do you fall asleep? How in the world do you fall asleep after all this trauma has happened? Oh, now let's take a nap next to my... Then we spooned.
His translator and my friend came in the next morning, woke us up. I get dressed. They get us an Uber. We go back to our hotel, pack up our stuff. And that's it. That's what happened. I don't really know what else to say, and
is it? You don't know what else to say? I mean, I think you said enough.
I don't really expect everybody to believe me. I knew that nobody was gonna believe me just based off of that TikTok that I posted. I guess I just wasn't expecting as many threatening comments.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's talk about this and then wrap this up. If you're just jumping in, we spoke about Conor McGregor and his weird video with the little person. We spoke about the new Khabib Nurmagomedov in bantamweight, and we recapped that card. And now we have played a very long video of a young lady who has accused Alex Pereira of some pretty horrific things, right? Pretty horrific things. He chommed all over the inside of this poor girl's buttocks. And how we got there in the story was... I mean, you can't make this up, or can you make this up? So I want to know in the chat. Play it again. I want to know in the chat, and I want to know in the comment section too if you watch it on the replay. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of messages. Oh my God, what if this is true and this and that? Like I said throughout that whole thing, I'm not here just poking fun and just saying, oh, she's 100%. I am poking fun, but if this is serious, massive apology to the girl, and I hope that Alex Pereira gets locked up. They throw the key away, and that's it. I don't believe any of it, what she said. What I do believe is that she willingly went in there and they had a good time together. You know, I do believe that. I also believe that Alex probably took her number, threw it away, moved on. Alex doesn't seem like the type of guy that likes to stay with his girls very long. He likes to get in there, Paliana Viana, whatever, these other girls, get in, get out. It seems like he's just not the type of guy that likes to stick into a relationship very long. He likes to play the field. And she probably, most likely, didn't like that. She maybe thought something could come out of this, maybe, who knows? And maybe she probably does have issues, because we showed some of the videos or some of the clips, some of the images, what she has done before in OnlyFans and her line of work. So she clearly has some sort of trauma in her life. And now she has some chama in her life. But I want to know in the chat what you guys think about this, and hopefully we are correct and she's completely lying about this.
Wonderful.
And what does this mean for Alex, right? Kainotto.
Sigh. And then he walked out butt naked playing some weird chanting music, and then, sigh, he put it in my ass. But wait, I don't think I can say 69 on TikTok. Sigh. Then he washed all the DNA off of me. Sigh. Then the next morning while at a hop. Sigh.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate. Thank you, Kainotto. Appreciate you.
Wonderful.
Sinosi.
I hate you, Mose. The Chama Dono will forever be fucked up hilarious in my head. An Olive and Ho turned a badass Dono into the rape anthem of the Amazon.
We could never, ever look at Alex Pereira the same. We can't. Like, this girl has ruined Alex Pereira. And I don't think Alex Pereira did any of this stuff, but I do think that Alex Pereira is a freak. I do think Alex Pereira gets a little kinky and likes to have fun in the bedroom. And I think she exploited some of his craziness in the bedroom. I think he's a wild dude. You know, he likes to have a little fun. But I do not believe in any of this unwilling, because everything she said had a hole in it, just like her asshole.
Wonderful.
Big gaping fist hole in it. But you know, she had a million outs in this, and I understand young girls make stupid decisions, but there was never a moment in this story where he forced her to do anything. He didn't force her to do anything in her own story, so that's where the problem lies. Nothing in this, even in her story that she told, was where she didn't have an out. So I don't believe it. I don't buy it. But what happens here? Does Alex release a statement? Let's see. Let's see if Alex said anything. I'm sure he said nothing. what is he going to say in a situation like this? Like I said, I hope and pray that Alex Pereira, excuse me, does have his side of the story. He's like, fuck it. They know I'm a creep. Like, I hope. Hold on a sec. Let me just see something here. What is this? Oh my God, dude. What is this? Is this her? Oh my God. All right, I just want to make sure I can show this. All right, here we go. Like, here she is. I mean, she's got issues, man. She's got some real fucking issues. I don't know what Alex is shacking up with, but this is the girl that just told this. Look at her. I mean, what? This should be part. I tell you what, man. I might have to add this to the actual donation. This needs to be part of it. Let's see what else we got on this girl. I mean, the internet's gonna find everything on her. Let's see what this is.
She's a hit.
Oh my God, everything's like copyright. Let's see. Here's more images of her. This is her I'm sure we probably just got her a whole bunch of Instagram followers, right? Did anyone run out and her Instagram is, might as well give her a plug. I mean, she provided us with so much entertainment tonight. She really doesn't seem too upset about it. So now, she has 53.6 thousand followers from this post when this was posted. And here's, it's just her, thirst trapping men. Let's see. What is her name? Hold on. Let's go. Let's see how many she has now. Was it Meredith? Mara G. Brown. Let's see. Eventually, you would think if she's telling the truth, like by now, her Instagram account should be private, right? Correct? Right? If she is telling the truth here, because she's probably getting massively harassed by people. So let me go check her Instagram real quick and see if she has made it private. So it's, let's see. It is MERE_. Let's see if it pops up. She's going to blow up. Her Instagram is going to explode now. Just like Alex in her ass. Brown. Mira G. Brown? BROWN. Let's see. Okay, found her. Is this her? No, it's not her. What the fuck? Hold on a sec. MERE. Is this her? Underscore? Or maybe she got rid of the account. Let's see. I'm sure she's getting massively harassed. I mean, if she's got a lawsuit. Meredith Brown. I can't find her Instagram. Yeah, I can't seem to find her Instagram. So maybe, let me know in the chat if you found her Instagram. But I can't find it. So maybe she got rid of it. No man is ever going to take someone like her seriously. I mean, considering the line of work. But listen, no matter what, there is always, she ain't there on Instagram. Okay, so she deleted it. Okay, so there's gonna be a lawsuit. Guaranteed. I bet a lawyer saw this, reached out to her, and she'll get paid a bunch of money for sure. There's a line of dumbasses. Yeah, dude, listen. Guys will look past so much to support a young lady, especially if she's showing her body parts out there. Guys will look past a lot to back her. So she's fine. But I'm sure she's getting harassed as well. So I'm not going to say that she got rid of her Instagram because of harassment. I mean, it could be part of the issue, but I think she's probably going to sue him. I mean, I could see lawyers foaming at the mouth. Just trying to see if I could find any other stuff. Hey, Dana, what do you think of the allegation?
Pound for pound best fighter in the world. And he's the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
Yeah. We showed that. Let's see if there's any other stuff. 19,000 followers. I don't know if she's on X. Oh, yeah. So it looks like the account is private. Okay, so there is an account here, but I think they're saying this is it. I don't know if this is it, but someone posted this, and it does say private. So, so she is out there somewhere. Let's see if there's anything else. We saw that. Okay, what's this one?
So he did it, and he put it in my ass.
Okay. This is crazy. Is this the gym foot? Is this the gym photos? This might be the friend. Hold up. Okay, so this might be the friend. All right, so this is sparring from stories, but I think this might be the friend. It's not her. So I guess this is the friend that was involved, that was sparring Alex. All right, so this girl over here, she's not like, she's no slob or anything like that. This is the dude that was taking one for the team with the, what's it called? The translator. Okay. What a story. Let me see if I can find anything else. There's so much on the internet right here. So much crap. Yeah, pictures released of Pereira and Zuckerberg training, and then this pops off. Oh, here's some naked pics. Yeah, you got some naked pics out there. I can't really show that, but some OnlyFans pics is on X, so have at it. Go. You can actually see where Alex put his fist.
Wonderful, wonderful.
If you guys want to see it, it's out there. It's literally out there. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at her ass. Got a decent bod on her. She's thick. All right. Well, listen, I hope she is lying. I hope Alex gets his revenge, to be honest. And I hope she gets mental help, excuse me, because she sure does need it. All right, guys. Let me know in the comments section. If I missed your comments, let me know what you think about this situation. Alex Pereira, the accusations, the next Khabib story, next Khabib fighter in the bantamweight division, Conor McGregor, and the dwarf. I mean, yeah, there's so much to talk about. The whole thing is disgusting. Can you see her hole? No, you don't see her hole, but you see her butt cheeks. I could see if you go into Discord. I'm sure they got it there already. Wonder if he got elbow deep.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Take it easy, Jamie. Guilty as charged. Does anyone in the chat? I do want to ask this: is anyone in the chat think she's telling the truth? Be honest. If you do think she's telling the truth, let me know. I'm curious if you guys do think that this girl is telling the truth here, because we are on one side. So I would like to hear the other side in the chat. I don't want to be a complete asshole. We were an asshole for what, a good hour and 30 minutes, maybe a little less. I love her. No. LOL. Nah. Here, let's see what the chat says. By the way, we got the chat on live chat, so your comments are seen, baby. We got that for you guys. Book him. I wonder what Dana White's thinking about this. Like, can we get Dana to comment on this? What's she alleging? Oh shit, Free to Chill, you just came in now. You better, you got to run back the stream. You got to run it back and jump into comments afterwards. I want to hear what you got to say, or see what you have to say. She could have walked right out of that room anytime. Yeah, her story. Like, that's the problem. Like, her story, like, it's not convicting him of anything wrong. Like, honestly, she could have left at any time. It's not like he held her without her will. I believe her justice. Glad Izzy slept him out cold. All right, there we go. There's one. That's team whatever her name is. She incriminated herself. She's told the truth. I do, but she needs help. All right, Niall actually believes her. There we go. So there you go. So Niall, do you actually believe that her story is true? That's interesting. Okay. Listen, like I said, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Some people do some crazy shit that you would never in a million years think that they would do. So I'm not saying I don't know Alex Pereira. I have no idea. But all I am judging by is the video that I just watched, and the story has so many holes in it. Even if she's telling the truth, he really didn't do much wrong. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, listen, he shouldn't force himself on a girl. That's wrong. But Well, we'll see. We'll find out what happens. She's obviously has a big void to fill in her life. Yeah, it's sad, man. All in all, it is pretty sad. But the reason why I don't feel too bad about goofing on that video is because this girl puts her life out there. You know, like she is an OnlyFans model. She's only going to get more people subscribing to her OnlyFans. She's going to make bank off of this. She's probably going to get a nice paycheck from Alex. I'm hoping that she is lying, so you know she gets paid and live a great. You know, just do you, lady, do you. She's admitting to trying to place him inside of her. Kainotto settled down. I eat for breakfast. She's thinking of money. I feel bad for her, for the friend. The friend doesn't seem like the brightest bulb either. Hoping, obviously, she's lying. Listen, I always say this. You're always innocent until proven guilty, so I'm not going to condemn Alex, right? And even the girl that's telling the story, some crazy shit happens. Some people do some crazy stuff. It's just there's way too many holes in the story, and it just seems like incredibly bad acting, like to the point where it's massively unbelievable, you know. But who knows? We'll find out. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for all the inappropriate donations. I appreciate that. We'll see you again maybe Wednesday, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. Who the hell knows? Hit the subscribe and notification bell. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully you had a good time, took you out of the reality of your worlds and into the craziness of everyone else's world. We'll see you again very, very soon on the channel. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole. Good night.